The Devil Wears Prada, and it's such a brilliant and sharply observed comic term. But I also wondered if perhaps it was territory that was really more alien to you than anything else you'd covered, in that it dealt with the world of, extreme high fashion. And were you worried at all when you took the part that it sort of confirmed that stereotype of the very, very nasty, successful career woman?
It was very much of a piece, the book that it was adapted from, with that stereotype, and that was sort of part of its popularity. People just love to hate certain kinds of overbearing women, and I was similarly, Kramer versus Kramer was the same kind of blockbuster hit where the wife was, without question, a bitch and vilified. And so I just set about to undermine that a little bit with what I knew about being a person with a lot of responsibility, where enormous sums of money are resting on your shoulders and how well you perform. And if you don't, everything goes south. Not only your job, but everybody else's. And I used what I knew about how difficult it is to be a woman in power, and what I've observed of friends who have made it to the top of certain businesses. And the tricky negotiation, and how really it is easier sometimes to just be mean, because it's what's expected. I've had a few women directors, and the way the crew responds to them or with the male directors is very, very, very different. And so all of that was, I thought I could deliver some of it in The Devil Wears Prada and make it a film about work. I was also reading in McEwan's book about a doctor, a person who just loves his work and just lives to work. And I have a little bit of that in me, and that was something I understood about her too.
I mean, in recent years, and particularly in the wake of Mamma Mia, you've overtaken actresses like Angelina Jolie in terms of box office draw, and it's clearly a very exciting
That's the only area.
Period for you. We're told that actresses should and do disappear at 40 and only come back to play sort of eccentric maiden aunts briefly before they die. Why do you think your career path is so different?
Yeah, that's very true. I'm always sort of consoled by the fact that Bette Davis made All About Eve, which is about a crumbling elderly actress on her way out, when she was 40. 18, 19 years younger than I am.
Are we supposed to take heart from that?
Yes, I do. I think to me, that says things have changed. She did Baby Jane, or whatever happened to and Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte with Joan Crawford, these monstrous, ghoulish old hags, and they were, I think, 9 and 10 years younger than I am now. So it's that, 48 was really, you were just getting the shovel ready to go in.
But has it changed, or are you just exceptional?
I think it's changing. I think I'm forging a path. I think I'm out there on behalf of all the old broads, and I'm proud to be there. And and some people are happy about it, some are not. So screw them.
Our next and final clip is from Mamma Mia, and I wondered what you were thinking when you said yes to this all-singing, all-dancing extravaganza.
Oh, I was thinking, I get to sing The Winner Takes It All. That's all I thought. Oh, God. Because I had taken my daughter, who was 10, and her birthday party to the theater. In 2001, right after September 11th, we lived downtown. School had closed, blah, blah, blah. And everybody, the kids were all very, kids. They were muffled. And I wanted something to really kick them back into gear. And so we went to this. I opened the paper and it said, "Unadulterated joy." And I thought, okay. I called up, I got tickets, and we went. And they all troop in. And what is this? And by the end, they were standing up with all the Japanese tourists and the old ladies, and the whole place was rocking. People poured out of the theater at the end, dancing down the street. We had to go right and buy the CD. And I thought, this is a tonic for New York City. I wrote them, the cast, a letter, said, thank you. You gave us back our dancing shoes, and it was I still think about it. And so I had no compunctions for 1 second. I couldn't believe that they wanted me to be in it based on my body of work. And the rest of it. But I was thrilled. And we had the greatest time that any cast and crew has ever had.
Just finally, what do you plan to do with this newfound power, this super grossing, mega grossing, box office delivering, superwoman?
I found out this month that I have a slot. I'm sure you don't know what that is. I'm going to disabuse you of what that means. That means I have a slot in the summer when it's a good time to put out a blockbuster. Oh, yeah. And yes, so they call it, they called it the Devil Wears Prada slot. Mamma Mia went into it, and next year, Julia is going in. So isn't that nice? I have a slot.